Typically, when people think of celebration, I find they often think of things like high levels of excitement, passion, and happiness. As a therapist, I think celebration is actually much more complex and beautiful than that. And there are three words that we might think of almost as practices of celebration that I think will allow us to lean into the concept and experience of celebration a little bit more deeply: reflection, gratitude, and honor. When I was in grad school, I read a book on leadership that stated, "Experiences teach us nothing." This shocked me because I had been told that experiences are exactly what we learn from. What the author went on to explain was that while experiences themselves teach us nothing, experiences that are reflected upon in the presence of engaged others actually hold significant power of transformation. Now, this is really important. This radically shifted how I think about experiences and actually how I hold reflection as a practice of celebration. In order for experiences to shape us and transform us, they must be shared, examined, and reflected upon with others. Celebration is not simply feeling good about something that happened, but taking what happened, sharing it with others, not in that arrogant, look how great I am kind of way, but in an honest, exploratory way that invites that experience to not simply remain in the moment it was in, but to continue to shape and impact us even as we go on over time. Now, gratitude is the second essential practice of celebration because it allows us actually to lean further into the significance of the event that happened. There's a great deal of research that demonstrates the power of practices of gratitude to actually change our brains. Gratitude is the acknowledgement of not just what happened, but why it was significant to us, what it means, and who played a role in it. Gratitude evokes relational connection. Right? It's quite difficult to sit in a place of gratitude and not feel closer to those who are involved in those moments and to not feel more deeply connected to the power of God at work in, through, and around us. And I believe that as our God is a God of relationship and connection, it's only fitting that in celebration we engage in practices that further relationship and connection. Honor is the third practice that I want to talk about, and it's the practice of examining accurately the part that each of us contributed to an experience and giving ourselves permission to be proud of ourselves and of one another. Now, being prideful and being proud of what we have done are not the same thing at all. The practice of honoring ourselves and others is actually where we develop our sense of agency, where we gain the clarity and confidence that we actually can participate with what God is doing in the world, that we're not passive bystanders, but we're actively involved. It's the practice that says, wow, that was really hard what you did, and it really matters. It says, I chose to be brave, to be smart. I used the gifts God gave me. I worked hard, and that was a big deal what just happened. Self-honor outside of reflection and gratitude does become grandiosity. We need to be careful with that. But self-honor within the practices of reflection and gratitude becomes encouragement, empowerment, and actually greater connection with one another and with God. Celebration matters. But celebration is not simply feeling good about something. It's taking the time to reflect on the significance of what occurred, to discover and express gratitude that builds relationship, and to recognize the choices and actions that were involved that deserve to be honored.